In this video, what we're going to discuss is how to do a good party or a very good skincare class. It is your appointments that you do with your client, and it's how you sell the product and also grow your leadership team. So I'm going to quickly go through with you how to do an appointment, but I highly recommend going on Mary Kay InTouch and going to the education tab at the top of your screen and going to the Silver Wings Scholar Program and going through new consultant training there, and then also coming to new consultant boot camp, which is held on a Saturday at our training studio. It's normally 2 Saturdays out of the month. So I would definitely recommend coming out to both of those, and then also shadowing me at one of my classes so you can see hands-on how to do a good skincare class and be able to be very successful. But quickly going over it, you can go to my website again, which is www.lisaspowerimage.com. Click on consultant login, put in the password power, and then click on new consultant. And you will see a link there that says skincare class, and it's going to have all of the documents that you would need to have a successful skincare class. The first document that you'll see there when you click on that link and print out the packet is skincare class checklist. And when you book your first appointment, the person that you book the appointment with is the hostess, and you always want to aim for her inviting girlfriends to her session, because it gives you more opportunities to grow your clientele base, sell the product, and I feel like it's more fun at a group setting when you have multiple ladies there. It feels more like it's a fun girls' night in, as I call it, atmosphere when there's multiple people there. So whoever is hosting the event, where you're going to their home and they're inviting the ladies over to their home, they're what is called your hostess. And you want to write their name at the top of this sheet that says skincare class checklist. You want to put the date for the class, the time, their phone number, and what your gift is that you're giving them. I always give people, my hostesses, or sometimes I call them featured guests, some type of gift for opening up their home and inviting ladies over to their home. And we'll go over some hostess programs that you could do. But whatever you're going to offer them as an incentive for doing that, you would put over there in the space that says half back for free or half free amount. And you can take that out if you offer something else and put whatever it is that you're offering your hostess. Then you put the address and any directions. And then on this sheet, it gives you a couple of action items you want to do before you go do your appointment, such as how you would pack for your appointment, or what you would need to have. You'll need to have a roll-up bag. You'll need to have little mini looks for your guests that will be there, and it tells you there what you want to have for your guest. It also gives you a section to be able to pre-profile your guest. And when you pre-profile your guest, you want to ask them the first 3 to 4 questions on the profile card. And your profile card came in your starter kit. It's a long piece of paper, and at the top it'll say customer profile card. And you want to ask them those first 4 questions, or you can ask them these following questions, and you'll want to write them down. Number 1 question that you want to ask the clients, and typically what I say to my hostess when I schedule a party with her is, I will need your guest list within the next 24 to 48 hours. Because I want to make sure that you and your girlfriends have a really great experience. And I'm going to call them to ask them a few questions to customize their pamper experience before they get together with me. And you will get a special gift at your session for getting me your guest list within the next 24 to 48 hours. And you make sure that you follow up with her to make sure you get that. And their guest list is names and phone numbers. Ideally, email addresses and addresses if you can get them, but at least names and phone numbers. And then you call them a few days before their session, and you ask them the following questions. You, of course, first introduce yourself and you say, my name is Lisa Bailey, and I am calling on behalf of Shelly Wright, who's having a Girls Night In Pamper session on April the 24th at 7 p.m. And you are one of her invited VIP guests. And I just have a few quick questions to ask you to customize your Pamper experience. Is that okay? And they'll let you know at that time, well, actually, I'm not going to be able to come, or no, now it's busy for me. Can you call me back later? Or yes, I can talk to you. So if they can talk to you, you'll go ahead and ask them these following questions. Number one, at the end of the day, how does your face typically feel? Does it feel dry, oily, a combination of dry and oily, or none of those? So you would mark that down, what she says. Number two, what is your current skincare regimen that you use to wash your face? Is it mainly soap and water? Hot water only? Do you have a particular brand you use, or do you switch around from brand to brand? Document that answer. Third question you would ask her is, would you consider yourself more a skincare person or more of a glamour person? Neither or both. And the last question, not last question, one other question you want to ask her, and this is probably the most important one out of all the questions, is, if you could change one thing about your skin, what would it be, if anything? And then the last question you want to ask her is her age range. Is she 18 to 24, 25 to 35, or 35 plus? And you document those answers to those questions here on the skincare class checklist. You also have another sheet that's called Party with a Purpose that came in your Power Packet. And you can use that sheet also. The Power Packet sheet that you received that says Party with a Purpose, that does give you more room to record their information. But this sheet gives you more information about how to prep for your party. So either one is great. You can use them both if you like. So you would document their information here on this sheet of the answers to those questions, and that helps you know ahead of time what you would recommend for them, because I look at it like I am a nurse or a doctor for a person's skin. And when they get together with me, when I'm meeting with them and doing their one-on-one consultation at the end, I'm going to make recommendations for them. And those recommendations I'm going to get from the answers that they give me. So for example, with their age range, someone who's 18 to 24, I would most likely recommend for them basic skincare. And that will be on our Build a Bag sheet, and I'll go over that with you. For someone who is 35 plus, I would probably recommend for them Time-Wise Repair. So these are things that you'll learn by going through the lookbook, looking at the products. Know what 4 skincare lines that we offer. Know the different products that we offer. Study your lookbook. Go into Product Central. Look up the different products, because you want to be a professional and be an informed professional. It's more than just throwing some products in a bag, going out and having fun. You can do those things, but you do want to be an expert and sound like you know what you're talking about. And the way that you do that is by studying your product. And then it's a couple of reminders on the first sheet here about hostess coaching, what some things that you want to do before your party. The next page talks about preparing and packing for your class, and some things that you definitely want to make sure that you have. It shows you an example of a roll-up bag, which you definitely want to have at your class, and what you want to have in each of the pockets. It also shows you an example of a loaded miracle set. And if your inventory supports it, you want to have a loaded miracle set in front of each of your guests at your appointment. That will really help you with your sales in the end, and help your clients in having a great experience, that they already have products that you recommend for them in front of them. Then it goes over how to put together a great hostess packet, and what you would have in your hostess packet, and where you would purchase those items. And then also how you would set up the table over someone's house to make sure you have a great, beautiful table. So that's a great sheet. And this discusses the Halfback for Free, one of the hostess programs we have. So I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail at the moment. And then this goes over inventory. If you do have inventory for your business, how you would pack your inventory. If you don't have inventory for your business and you're choosing to order your product as your customer orders the product, then you would just skip over this page. But if you do have product, it gives you some different ways that you can pack your inventory for your classes, because you do want to take some of your inventory with you so you can give your clients their products on the spot. It makes for really good customer service. It also talks about how you would set up a boutique basket, which is really great when you're doing your one-on-one consultations. You want to have a boutique basket there so they'll have something to play with while you're meeting with the guests individually at the end. And then the next sheet goes over once you have booked your first appointment. Now what? What do you do from here? So we kind of talked about the pre-profiling and how you coach your hostess, but this actually gives you additional details. So it basically highlights what I just said to you in the beginning about pre-profiling your guests, but gives you a little bit more detail about what to say. So it's really great. This is definitely a sheet you want to pull out and keep in front of you. The next sheet goes over one of our hostess programs, and I think this is a great program that's in place, and you will actually get a manila folder, and you would put this on the front of your manila folder, and this would be how you would put your hostess packet together. And some of the hostess benefits that your hostess could get is they get to shop at half price for the night as the hostess when there are 3 to 6 women over 18 that currently don't have a consultant at the party. And there are $10 in free product for each friend over 18 up to 50 when you have $200 or more in sales and one party booked. And then you can also offer them a free hostess gift. I do like this a lot because it does not mean that you're out of any money, because you're just giving them something at half price. And then the part where they get $10 in free product up to $50, again, is attached to you making sales at your party. So again, you're not out of any money with your party. But one thing that I found that works better when you're scheduling hostesses for your business is when they can hear the word free. People love getting free things, and what I find works better is giving them $100 in free product. And there is a link on my website that says $100 free, and you click on that and it's actually a dollar bill, and you can print these out. We have an account at FedEx Kinko's where they'll give us a discount on any color copies or black and white copies. And you can go there and print out a couple of several dollar bills and have them laminated, and they're actually pretty big. They're about this size, and you can hand those out to your hostesses when you're meeting them for the one-on-one consultation, and that could be part of your hostess packet. So instead of putting this on the front, you would actually keep the $100 bill out, and then you would put it in a manila envelope with a couple of other items that you would want to have. You want to put a few lookbooks in there. You also want to put a few sales tickets. But how it works is they can get $100 in free product by completing 4 different things. And the things are listed on my website, and you can do a few different things, but usually what I do is $25. They'll get $25 for having the party on the original date that we schedule. They get another $25 for having 5 or more ladies there who are 18 and older and don't have a consultant. They get another $25 for having $100 in outside sales, and they get another $25 for having 2 people there book another party with me. So that way, you're making sure that you hit all of the key areas that you want to for your party. You're getting sales, you're getting additional bookings, and you're getting the party to hold on the original date, and they're getting the option to get up to $100 in free product, which sounds really appealing to your hostess. So that's actually my favorite hostess program. It goes over another hostess program here, so you can take a look at that. And this is some of the items that you can get off of Section 2 that you'll want to have for your business. But I do not recommend getting too many things off of Section 2 because that product does not count towards your star consultant. You only receive points towards being a star if it's Section 1 product, so actual product that you're using for your business, like the lotions, the cleansers, the moisturizers, and not the samples. But this is a great list of things that you will need for your business. The next sheet that they have here is called the Build-A-Bag sheet. And this is really great for your business because after you go through doing your party, you want to make sure that you do what's called a table close. And I'm getting ready to go over with you real quickly what you want to have for your party, which is your instructor's guide, already prepared before you go out to your first party. And this will be in there, but you want to do a table close and you want to go over this sheet. And usually while my guests are there, I will have them fill out the opinion poll that is here on this side, and while they're filling out the opinion poll, I'll go over the roll-up bag and the different sets that are listed here. And then I'll meet with each of my guests and I'll do a one-on-one consultation. And again, this is all in your instructor's guide of what you would say and how you would say it. But you definitely want to make sure you have your Build-A-Bag sheet with you before you go out to your appointment. So I normally keep 20 of these copied and in a binder ready to go. And then this is something that you can have on the back side. So you can make it two-sided, where on the front is a Build-A-Bag sheet, on the back side is the $100 starter kit and how to get $410 and retail size product. So you can have that on the back or you cannot have it. I like having it, so when I'm playing the paid marketing game, they see this. So you definitely want to have about 20 copies of the Build-A-Bag sheet, like I said, and then you want to have 20 copies of your compact tic-tac-toe, always ready to go. And this is a way that you will be able to get referrals at your appointment, is by doing the gift of friendship. It's a great way to get additional names to follow up and book pamper sessions with. So those are the important papers that are going to be under the skincare class link. The next sheet that I wanted to show you is your instructor's guide booklet, and this came in your starter kit, and now the instructor's guide is more like a notebook. It has spirals on the side, but this is something that you always want to take out to your skincare class. So the link I just went over with you and those documents are important documents that you want to have and look over to prepare for your skincare class. And you definitely want to make sure you have your Build-A-Bag sheet, your gift of friendship sheet, or your tic-tac-toe sheet, that's another name for it. And you also want to have your instructor's guide. This is very important. And the instructor's guide, actually the best way to have it is with the revisions in it. And when you get it, the company has wording in there, but Julie Weaver, who is our Elite Executive Senior Sales Director, came up with a script that flows much better and will set you up to have much more success at your appointment, as far as your clients having a great time and the opportunity to make more sales at your appointment. So you can find that link also on my website, and it'll say Instructor's Guide Revisions, and you click on that and they'll have several sheets that you would print out, and then you would paste them in your instructor's guide like this. And you can see the first part. You wouldn't say this when you're in your class, but it says introduce yourself. So for example, when I'm doing my class, I open up and I say something like, "Hi, my name is Lisa Bailey, and for those of you who do not know me, I'm an independent sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and I absolutely love what I do. I've had my business since April of 2009, and I enjoy helping women feel beautiful." And I just try to keep it very short and sweet. And then it says here, welcome and thank you to guests. So you just thank the guests for coming out. Thank you so much for taking your Friday evening to have fun with me. And I look forward to showing you a good time and introducing you to some great skincare. And then you go over the sheet and you read it. Just like, well, you don't read it like every one of my customers is entitled to 2 appointments. But you do look at it and you use it as a guide. And pretty much you do read it, but try to sound like you're not reading. Like I say, every one of my customers is entitled to 2 appointments. The first one is introducing you to great skincare. The second one is your in-depth glamour that you share with your friends. And the reason why you want to always read your instructor's guide and not get in the habit of just going from memory, because it lets people know at your class that they don't have to memorize anything. They might see you up there and see that you're not reading something and say, oh, well, she's great at that. She could do it, but I could never do that. But when they see that you're reading from a book, it makes it very relatable to them, and they can see themselves doing something like that. And it's easier for them to see themselves in your role when they see you reading from it. So it gives you everything that you need to say, and you just follow it page by page. So you definitely want to make sure that you set this up right away so you can begin booking your appointments and you have your guide with you. So I do want to stress that, because that is the heart of your business, is your appointments and building a clientele base. And how you're going to build a really successful clientele base is becoming really good at doing a party or a skincare class. And you can call it whatever you want. I've heard people call it pamper sessions. I've heard people call it skincare classes, a party. It all, again, means the same thing as you heard me say earlier, which is getting together with women and showing them how to take care of their skin and also properly apply glamour. The first appointment is going to go over doing a quick dash out the door glamour look, and the second appointment is going to go over more customized glamour. And I would recommend you pasting the pages in your instructor's guide and then going over it yourself, by yourself, like reading the whole thing from page to page before you do your first appointment, so you're familiar and comfortable with it. And then you would use these pages that we went over before the instructor's guide as your prep that you would have before your session. And definitely feel free to call me or come to one of my appointments or your recruiter's appointment so you can see live in person what appointment or a session's like. And have fun with your first one. The first one probably won't be perfect, but that's okay. My first one was far from how it looks right now, but I got better and better. And it was through practice and just doing it over and over again. And I have a lot of fun with it. And we can do a lot of different sessions. You can do a spa pedi session. You can do microdermabrasion pajama parties. You can do fragrance parties. But in the beginning, I recommend to you the best way to learn how to do this business quickly and start making immediate profit for your family is to concentrate with doing this skincare class from this instructor's guide over and over until you really master it, and not deviate into doing any of the other fun things that you may hear until you really master how to do a good skincare class. And I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me or your recruiter for help. Thanks so much.